I'm Nigel.
And I'm Brad.
And together, we're on a quest to uncover the grassroots innovation that makes Australia a very clever nation.
Ingenious Oz is touring the Northern Territory, where remote locations and tough conditions bring out incredible creativity in all sorts of people. I'm going to have such bad helmet hair.
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for rubbing that in. What do you do with a failed rice growing experiment? You turn it into a barramundi farm. What else?
A friend of mine started it in 1993 and he brought me out and showed it to me and said he was looking for an investor and did I know anybody, and so I spent a couple of weeks thinking about it and decided I was interested and bought in as a minor passive shareholder, but gradually he decided to move on for other reasons and it was all happening too slowly for him. And then basically my family and my friends bought into it. So it's a very tightly family-held business. We harvest twice a week and send fresh fish to all the Australian capitals, including Darwin.
Are you like the biggest barra farm around?
Yes, we are. We've been selling about 3 times as much as the next biggest farm.
What makes this so ingenious is they've created a water management system that is completely sustainable.
Yeah, what we do is we take beautiful salty water out of the Adelaide River, the pristine water out of the Adelaide River, put it into our system, and the system involves about 1/3 of its ponds with fish, and the other 2/3 is like a natural ecosystem that cleans the water up, and so it goes off through a wetland. Just as in nature, the nutrients get used up, and when it comes back, it's beautiful salty water and gives it lovely tasty fish and a very reliable production system.
As with all true innovation, this system didn't just happen overnight.
We've actually changed our production system, our water management systems 4 times before we ended up where we are now. And it was getting ideas from other people in other places to a certain extent, and then trial and error. Lots of errors, but if you try lots of things, you accumulate your successes.
Your background is science, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm an agricultural scientist by training. I worked for a number of years in soil conservation, where I learned a lot about earthworks and managing water flows and things. Then I worked as an environmental regulator in mining industry with a lot of focus on effluent discharges and the regulatory aspects. So in a lot of ways, my career prepared me for this, but learning how to grow barramundi was pretty much a new experience for me, though.
So you're really big on, rather than learning off websites, internet, books, you actually get out there and talk to people, right?
We get ideas, often from outside, sometimes from inside. We discuss them and we'll try them, usually at a relatively small scale, and often we'll have teething troubles and so on, and we don't really usually try to do things on a large scale until we're fairly confident that they're going to work and we've solved a lot of the teething troubles. Once we do that, then you have to deal with the problems and the opportunities of larger scale too, but essentially we are experiential learners.
Yeah, right, so think big, start small.
Very much so, yes. Philosophy I came in was survive, learn, grow.
So you've got 50-odd staff. Do you allow them sort of a bit of license to innovate? If they see a better way of doing something, can they take those small steps?
Yes, we do that. We do it in a number of different ways. Probably one of the best ways you see this, you come on Wednesday morning to a team leaders meeting where they all sit down and talk about what they've got on the program, and a lot of communications takes place there. For example, somebody raised a problem of ice being frozen in the bins, and they expressed their theory as to why it was happening.
So this becomes a major problem because the ice will then clump together.
Somebody else actually knew why it was happening, and within a week, the problem had been solved. We think the culture that works best in a very fast-moving industry and a rapidly changing company is that communication. The thing scares us the most is silo mentality of people trying to hold onto their own little area and defend it rather than seeing themselves as being part of a bigger thing.
And is communication the antidote to that?
It is, yeah.
Bob and his team are obviously doing something right. His spirit of learning and sharing, failing fast and moving on, is the epitome of innovation. And all this delivers the best possible quality product to the market.